digitiert zu Minomon. Minomon digitiert zu
Hello guys, Mega881000 here, and now this is the review about the Stingmon model kit where I made some making of videos about. Yeah, in case you missed them, I linked them all in the description down below. But let's start with the review about the Stingmon figure. What I have to say ahead, that I got him without the box, but I think I also mentioned this in the preview video. But yeah, even the foil bag wasn't the original one anymore, and the only way I found to show you the box, even I don't have it, is now this way. And I think that also is a good option to get the idea of the figure's real look, and I hope you also can see this a bit. So yeah, because my Stingmon I have customized, as I said, in those making of videos. And yeah, to show you what this time is written on the box, the exact name of the Stingmon model kit is, as you can see, Digimon Adventure 02 Injection Kit. Yeah, so that's how Bandai called it back then. And also the design of this box differs a bit from the box designs of the Lightramon and Flaytramon model kit figures boxes, which I showed you as well before. It is a kinda over series, but in general it is also again a bit similar to those other boxes or the designs of those boxes. And yeah, but it's also a bit different how they put the name or the labeling of this figure. This was a bit different on the other boxes, and also it is a bit different when it comes to the colors. Of course, they are more matching to the single characters. Yeah. So you also can't see the release date because this is too small, this image here. But I really suspecting it was also in the year 2000, because the other two model kits of Adventure 02 were released in 2000 by Bandai Japan. And because Stingmon appeared later in the anime than the other two, like I said, Lightramon and Flaytramon, so Stingmon must get his release also in 2000 because he appeared a bit later in the anime. So we just suspecting the release date of 2000 for this figure. Yeah, and I also want to show you some more pictures of the box. And this would be the back side of the box with his other mates in line. As you can see, there was a Xvmon and Magnamon and the blue Metal Greymon as well. And I also can show you the side a bit. Yeah, the design of the box is similar to the others, but different. In a way, also different. It is very hard to describe, but I think you know what I mean with that. Yeah. And if I would going back now, you see a bit the differences of my custom painted Stingmon and the original look of this figure by comparing it with the picture. But because you just can't see this so exactly here with this option to have the box here, in this only option to have the box here, I will mention my custom works on him shortly a bit. So shortly, because I made the making of videos, I do it quick. The green, everything what is green is a custom color, and everything what is in this metallic silver is a custom color or my custom paint apps, as well as the matte for the red matte hair and also the wings. And also those more smaller paint apps which I done in this matte black, as well as those thingies here and the other paint apps which I done in this matte black are customized. And I also, how I said, the wings I customized to white with only one paint layer to keep that original, more insect-like and transparent looking wing design, because originally the wings are made of this translucent or transparent colorless plastic, or is also more a soft plastic than the other parts. But yeah, to match it to the original character design of Stingmon, they have to be white, so I decided to do only one paint layer for the wings, and I think that looks really, really good. Yeah. How I said, I am sure you remembering on this, and because I said this already in the making of videos. Yeah, and the only parts I am not painted, which are in the original look, are those more anthracite or black grayish parts, because I always thought this is the best color you can get, and I couldn't get another better matching one, and so I think those were very perfect in color for those parts from which they made them. Yeah. Looks perfect, according also to the original character design. Those original color of those anthracite parts. Yeah, so I gave him those paint apps and now he's looking very good and better than if you would keep him in his original look. How I said, I think that's again very obvious. If you compare it to this box image or product shot. Yeah. Also, you may be remembering about the assembly part and my problems with the stickers for his eyes, and that I have had problems with that because I wasn't sure if I took the right sticker of the eye for the right side, and of course I made it wrong for the assembly, but now I'm already changed it and they are now on the correct side where they are intended to be from Bandai. Yeah, so I changed it. Additionally, I also changed something on him within the paint apps. Yeah, I gave him those additional paint apps for the end section of his antennas to match this with the upper sticker here. So this I gave him additional, how I said, to make him look even a bit better. And if you have the original character design in mind, my green is also a bit too dark, and I also don't want to paint the green parts of the body, but I was kind of forced to do it because those parts were already broken off the frames and had some scratches as I got him. So I was forced to paint him, and yeah, it's a bit too dark, but now he has also a more shiny green than he would look, or than this green would look in original. This green original plastic wouldn't be so shiny like this. And yeah, so long things short, this figure is a bit over 4.3 inches, which would be 11 centimeters. I also have to correct something for the Adlocaputerium video because I said something wrong about the size. And for this I am bringing in the Adlocaputerium model kit figure again, and what I said wrong was that I also said about Adlocaputerium that he would be also over those 4.3 inches, but that's wrong because he is almost 4.3 inches, and this only applies with the over 4.3 inches applies to Stingmon, because he is a bit bigger. How you also can see, he is a bit bigger due to the different body structure of both and their original character design. Yeah, so I wanted to correct this, and I also wanted to correct this for the centimeters, which I doesn't told, but for correcting reasons. So the Stingmon would be about those a bit over 11 centimeters, and the Adler Kabuterimon figure would be almost 11 centimeters. To have this corrected, I'm sorry that I did this mistake, but yeah, bad things happen. And so with this a bit over 4.3 inches, the Stingmon model kit figure is also a bit bigger than the 2.5 inches tall action feature Stingmon action figure of back then, which I not own, but I will do some other comparisons later on. Now, at first, we have a closer look on this model kit Stingmon figure and a bit more close up, and I think this is also a really nice and detailed figure for the standards and for the time when this thing was made, and if you're considering it was for kids, and also the low price, which I suspect would be also 300 yen for this figure, which would be about under or almost $3 US. I suspect that you can't see this in the images, but because he is the same, more simpler model kit styles like the other 300 yen kits, I think he was also about this price, and this was also printed on this box, I think. Yeah. And considering this low price, the figure is very detailed. The original look would be lesser nice, as you can see in this compare, because as you can see, much paint apps would be missing, and my green, how I said, is a bit more glossy than the original green plastic. That would be more a matte green. So for this time and for being a figure for children, it is a nicely detailed figure, which wasn't this small as well. Now I said, or better, how I said, the original action feature figures line was a bit smaller, and now we're coming to the point of articulation, but that's not much. He can turn the arms a bit up and down. Actually, he can do the full 360, but I won't do this so much because it's also very loose, and he likes to throw off his shoulder armor very often if you move too much. You also can, you can move them on those ball packs due to the way how it was designed and made, and you also can move the hand a bit on this elbow ball pack, but this is very stiff also. You can't bend it exactly, but you can bend the elbow, but you can bend it a bit inwards. So if you would turn it a bit more upwards or to the front now and then upwards, you could have his hand a bit more for his face, such a pose, but it's very stiff and I won't show you that because I don't want to extend this video longer as it should be. And yeah, he throws his arms away like 500 times. I don't want to have this for this video. Yeah, and you also can turn his head a bit, because this also sits on such a ball pack, but the range of movement for the head is really limited because of the neck armor down there, and so he can only look slightly a bit down and up, but this is really limited. And of course you also can move his wings up and down like this. I think that is the most poseable part on him. And of course you can also turn the feet a bit to the left and the right to kind of get another pose. But yeah, that was it. Actually, no articulation for the legs, for the knees, or for the legs either, because how the way they made it, they made all more connected. And yeah, so this is a really lesser poseable figure for a two-legged upright standing figure or body shape. It's very limited. Yeah. In contrary, Adlocaputerimon, this model kit is very poseable. How I showed you in the review of this figure. This is really poseable against this model kit, but so he also shares a bit more this model kit style, this more non-poseable model kit style. And a special feature with the Stingmon, you also can see on the box, if you bought also this more simple XVmon figure, which I don't have. I just have this kinda better one, more improved one. But if you have both, and if you're remembering, here were also some Patramon ports within the package, and I also believe there would be also some Patramon ports within the package with this XVmon figure, and in a way you could combine those ports to get this Patramon here. But I think that doesn't really looks good, and maybe for the kids it was a nice option to do this, but yeah, I just can't show you, but that was possible if you have both figures. Yeah, and I think now we should do some comparison. First we would have, for comparison, the non-action feature figure of Stingmon, because this is an upscaled knockoff version of the original action feature Bandai action figure. And yeah, I also customized some parts on him, but how I said, this is a knockoff. How I also showed you the Caputerimon upscaled knockoff action feature figure in some video before, if you remember. Yeah, and so this model kit would be taller than the original action feature figure, but this is now confusing. But how I said, this is an upscaled a knockoff version of this original action feature figure. So, for the better comparison, I will also bring in some real action feature figures. This of Magnamon, and even a maybe much better matching one, Wormmon here, because, and you clearly can see, get him out of the way, because he is not a good compare when it comes to the size. As you can see, those 2.5 action feature figures are smaller than those model kits. Yeah! So, also bring in for comparison the Japanese Chokres Evolution or Shinka Stingmon figure. If you're remembering, this was also my assistant for holding the foil bag with the parts, who lost his wing in those videos, if you're remembering. And yeah, this is because they are custom made, and just to see how those are looking together. Of course, this is bigger. Yeah. And I think he will throwing away the wing again. And if you hear this bang sound here in the corner, then you know he threw away his wing again. So, and the best comparable ones are probably again those other model kits which are have more this simpler model kit style, like this Flamedramon or Flamedramon model kit figure, or also this Lightdramon here, which I showed you also before, because they all sharing this more simpler model kit style, and they are from the same series, so they are the most best comparable ones if you want to compare. So I also show you again with this the Adlerkabuterimon model kit, because he also is such a more simpler model kit figure from this series or line, from those more simpler model kit figures. Yeah, and so we are almost at the end of this review. Just want to show you the Stingmon model kit in a close-up again before we ending here, or before we are ending this video here. How I said, in this customized style he looks much better than he would looking in this, or in his original state. I think again this is very obvious to figure this out if you again comparing this to the box image here. Yeah, so we would have that. And so we are at the end of this review about Digimon Adventure 02 Injection Kit Stingmon. I hope you liked the video review of him as well. And If you liked it, you can leave me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I think I should saying goodbye to you, and until the next review, your Mega 88 1000. 守れ愛する人たくましい自分になれるさ